Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce the University of California, Riverside's 64th graduating class, the class of 2018. Please rise for the procession. Ladies and gentlemen, presiding over this morning's commencement ceremony is UCR's Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor, Cynthia K. Larive.
Good morning, graduates, parents, family members, friends, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the University of California, Riverside's 64th commencement. To begin the ceremony, please rise for the national anthem. Please be seated. In the spirit of Rupert and Jeanette Costo's founding relationship to our campus, we would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air, the Cahuilla, Tongva, Luceno, and Serrano peoples, and all of their ancestors and descendants, past, present, and future. Today, this meeting place is home to many indigenous peoples from all over the world, including UCR faculty, students, and staff, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these homelands. Now I would like to introduce those members of the university leadership not coming to the podium this morning. Please stand as I call your name. Vice Chancellor for Planning and Budget, Jerry Bamati. Vice Chancellor for University Advancement, Peter Hayashida. Associate Chancellor, Christine Victorino. University Librarian, Stephen Mandeville Gamble. Associate Vice Chancellor for Diversity and Inclusion, Miriam Lamb. Assistant Vice Chancellor for Undergraduate Education, Thomas Dixon. Assistant Vice Chancellor for Governmental and Community Relations, Elizabeth Romero. Chair of the UC Riverside Academic Senate, Dylan Rodriguez. Thank you. I would also like to introduce the faculty marshals for this ceremony, Louis Rodriguez, Associate Professor and Associate Dean of the Graduate School of Education, and Karthik Ramakrishnan, Professor of Public Policy and Political Science and Associate Dean of the School of Public Policy. Would the faculty members present please rise so we can recognize you? I would also like to introduce the student marshals for this ceremony, Jacob Winter and Nicholas Freeman. Thank you all for joining us for this celebration. Now, graduates, today is your day. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff of UC Riverside, I extend my warmest congratulations to you, the class of 2018. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 9th Chancellor of UC Riverside, Kim A. Wilcox.
Thanks, Provost Larive, and congratulations. A great day. Masters of Arts, Public Policy, Education, Teacher Credentials. Masters are those who have shown great skill or ability. Great skill or ability in public policy and in education. We think of ancient, great civilizations, and we tend to think of what was left behind. The pyramids in Central and South America, the pyramids in Egypt, the Acropolis in Rome. But those are just remnants of great societies, great civilizations. Great civilizations, of course, had very little to do with buildings. They were all about people. They were systems of humans that organized themselves to achieve things that individual humans could not have done on their own. And fundamental to those societies always was some sense of organization politically and some ability to pass knowledge on from one generation to the next. Public policy and education, at the core of what we as humans think of as civilization and society. A few years ago, I was in Tanzania. In the southern part of Tanzania, we took a plane to get to the southern part of Tanzania. We got in a van, we went down a highway about 20 miles. We got off the road, we went down a road, dirt road for several miles, got off onto this trail, and we ended up in a village out in the bush. And there were 8 or 10 of us in the group. We met with the leaders of the village, the public policy equivalents. And we had lunch. It was a great lunch. And at the end of the lunch, there were some people in our group who needed to go to the bathroom. And it was a long way back to our hotel. And so the leaders kind of got together and kind of talked about what were they going to do about these people who had to go to the bathroom. And so they decided, and they led us through the village, almost from here to those buildings, through the village, to the very edge of the village, where a lot of mud huts, but there were 2 cement block buildings, side by side. They asked us to wait outside. One of us went in at a time through it was someone's house, through the 2 rooms of the house, out the back, to where there was an outhouse. And that was where they wanted the honored guests to go to the bathroom. Now, of all the people in this village, those 2 houses belonged to the 2 teachers, because there was no one more honored in their village than the 2 teachers who made hope for the entire village and the children in that village. So in societies around the world, we have an appreciation for what we can do for the next generation. And that oftentimes is embodied in our public servants and in our teachers. And today we have those among us who are not just public servants and teachers, but are masters, who have shown extraordinary skill and knowledge in their chosen areas. I can tell you, as a member of this society, that I'm very proud of the fact that you have graduated from these programs at UCR and go on to make sure that our society not only maintains but grows in a way that will make people for hundreds of years appreciate all that was here today at UCR and in the United States of America. Congratulations on your accomplishment. Nothing more noble than what you're doing. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Chancellor Wilcox. Our next participant represents the alumni of the University of California, Riverside. Ken Noller is the president of the UCR Alumni Association. He graduated from UCR in 1975 with a bachelor's degree in history, followed by a teaching credential in 1976 and a master's degree in history in 1984. Ken retired in 2013 after teaching for 36 years at Gage Middle School in Riverside. I'm pleased to present Mr. Ken Noller to provide remarks on behalf of all UCR alumni.
On behalf of the UCR Alumni Association and more than 110,000 alumni, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome our class of 2018 graduates to the ranks of countless successful and accomplished individuals who have passed through these halls. And now I ask each of you to look around. and capture this moment. You will all experience other milestones in life, but rarely will you have your family and friends there to share those achievements with you in quite the same way as you have today. When you look back on your life, this day will be one that clearly marked the culmination of a journey. Make no mistake, this is indeed a significant achievement. For you to have arrived at this juncture, you will likely put in long and strenuous hours, along with the help of a fellow student, the inspiration of a teacher, and the support of a family, allowing you to successfully navigate your way. Nonetheless, do not underestimate the fact that you were the one that held the compass steady throughout, allowing you to bring this ambition to fulfillment. With your degree, you are about to embark on your next journey. But as you continue to grow and advance, remember the impact that your alma mater had on your life. Who you will become will reflect directly on UCR. The experience you've enjoyed here was made possible by generations of students who came before you. Just as your predecessors have invested in you, so too must you work to preserve the excellence, access, and affordability of a world-class public research university. Your experiences have helped to shape who you are today and will always be a source of pride and accomplishment. As UCR continues to rise in prominence, so too will the value of your degree. And from this day forward, we will be fortunate indeed to call you our graduates. Congratulations, class of 2018. Welcome to the Highlander alumni family.
Thank you, Mr. Knoller. Now I invite Tom Smith, Interim Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Dean of the Graduate School of Education, to the podium.
Thank you, Provost Larive. Good morning, family, friends, faculty, and colleagues, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2018. I'm thrilled to welcome you here as we celebrate your accomplishments and hard work. And I'd also like to recognize the family, friends, faculty, staff, and mentors who've supported these soon-to-be graduates along their educational journey and helped them in their success. At the Graduate School of Education, we prepare future leaders who solve some of the nation's most pressing problems and promote equity, excellence, and social justice to transform the educational landscape. Today, I'm also honored to be among you, our future educational leaders, agents of change who are poised to make a great and genuine difference in the world. You will go on to shape the lives and minds of countless young people and positively impact the future of education through your expertise and dedication. I'm also especially excited to recognize the Graduate School of Education's inaugural undergraduate class. 11 students have earned their bachelor's degree in our new Education, Society, and Human Development major. In the next couple of years, you'll see those chairs behind you fill with undergraduate degree recipients. As educators and scholars, we commit ourselves to making a difference in the lives of students of all ages. It's a rewarding and not always easy path, but I know that the training and education leading up to this point has prepared you to embark upon careers in which you will have an incredible impact. I want to congratulate you again on the degrees that you have earned. It is now my pleasure to introduce this morning's student speaker for the Graduate School of Education, Tatiana Cuvar-Eduardo. Tatiana's mission while at UCR has been to secure her community, serve her community through the transformation and transformative pursuit of knowledge alongside young people and fellow educators who share her vision. She receives her Master of Education degree and single subject teaching credential in English Language Arts. Tatiana primarily works with socioeconomically and linguistically disadvantaged students and has conducted action research on the effectiveness of employing restorative justice practices to engage students in the process of learning while building a positive classroom culture. She's had the opportunity to implement this approach in her student teaching in the Moreno Valley School District, and now she'll be taking these skills into her own classroom as a language arts English teacher at Heritage High School in the Paris Union High School District. Tatiana intends to pursue a doctorate in education or public policy to further her knowledge and education and will enhance the education and teaching profession. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Tatiana Cuvar-Eduardo.
Last time. Thank you, Dean Smith. Good morning, and welcome to the University of California, Riverside 64th Commencement Ceremony. Learning changes us. The pursuit of education is explicit in its intention to produce this effect. Though I don't think I stand alone in acknowledging that education can be paradoxical in nature, in the sense that it can both empower and disempower. Through our coursework, we've learned to critically examine our identities and our understanding of what it means to be an other in society. We've learned to deconstruct what is blindly accepted as normative standards for living, existing, and for measuring success in this world. And we've learned to challenge constructions of difference through the act of raising our critical consciousness in what I might describe as a collective wokeness of sorts, which I hope will guide each of us as we move forward in our lives and careers. It was Spanish poet Antonio Machado who said, "Se hace camino al andar." We make the road as we go, meaning the road we're about to walk on has yet to be built, and each of us will be charged with the task of building it as we go. As both a student and now teacher, I feel morally compelled, especially in the wake of today's political climate, to remind you all that continuing to challenge constructions of difference, even outside of the privileges and comforts of academia, is well within all our capabilities. In moving forward then, and in the spirit of making the road as we go, I encourage that we make our way into the future with a tolerance and acceptance for the mistakes that we will inevitably make along the way. Don't stand safely on the sidelines. Instead, take the risk of being wrong, for it is the best way to learn and grow. And let us build a culture of generous listening so that others may be emboldened to take those risks too. May we make our way towards the future with an appreciation for the statuses we occupy, stigmatized and privileged. For as odd as it may seem, this is our foundation and is key to responding to others' experiences with more clarity, respect, and openness. Honor and embrace the intersectionalities of your identities to encourage others to do the same, so that we may destigmatize the shame we're taught to carry simply because we don't follow dominant narratives of society. Which is why today, more than ever, I stand proudly as a woman, a Latina, and the daughter of an immigrant who came to this country like so many with a respect for education and with the belief that education is not only the practice of facilitated learning, but that it is the practice of freedom and empowerment through transformative experiences that allow us to transcend ourselves. May we make our way forward remembering that the benefits of diversity derive from engagement, not passive observation. For knowledge emerges only through invention and reinvention, through the restless, impatient, continuing, hopeful inquiry humans being pursue in the world, and with each other. As such, and most importantly, may we make our way forward as allies and appreciate each other as such. For appreciation leads to action. And so may we take a moment now to honor and appreciate those who have stood beside us as our allies throughout this journey. Professors, fellow teachers and educators, colleagues, members of the Highlander community, Graduate School of Education and School of Public Policy, friends, loved ones, and especially our families. We extend our deepest and most sincere appreciation to you for the unyielding encouragement, support, and love provided to us throughout this rigorous journey in navigating the complexities, stresses, and sometimes injustices of institutionalized practices in education. For it is that same love which gives our work purpose. Thank you, and congratulations once again to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Ms. Coover Eduardo. I now invite Anil Dilalekar, Dean of the School of Public Policy, to the podium.
Thank you, Provost Larif. On behalf of the UCR School of Public Policy, I warmly congratulate the class of 2018 Master of Public Policy graduates. And congratulations are also in order to the family members and friends who have supported these graduates over the past 2 years as they embarked on their journeys to becoming our region's next generation of policy leaders, community leaders, and government leaders. This is a momentous occasion as this morning, the School of Public Policy's second ever MPP cohort will have the distinction of walking at the first ever commencement ceremony for our new school. The students to whom we are conferring degrees today are graduating from a Masters of Public Policy degree program that is the first of its kind to be offered by a major research university in inland Southern California. This past year brought an enormous amount of activity and growth for our school, including a new research center, the Center for Social Innovation, which brings researchers and communities together to solve some of the biggest policy challenges facing communities, local communities in our region. In addition, this past year, we have brought important policymakers from around California, including the California Secretary of State, Alex Padilla, and the State Senator, Kevin De Leon, to the campus to speak on important challenges facing our state. Just a few weeks ago, we also hosted a debate for the California Attorney General candidates. So it's been an exciting and busy year for us. In the School of Public Policy, our motto is solutions for the region, solutions for the world. And today's MPP graduates will soon be contributing to that effort as they commence the rest of their lives and careers as rigorously trained policy analysts with an ethical sense of purpose. graduates, as you embark on your individual journeys after UCR, remember that we in the School of Public Policy will continue to cheer you on and support you all as our newest alumni. Again, congratulations to you all. Continue to make us proud. Now, I would like to introduce the student speaker for the School of Public Policy. Jacqueline Gonzalez contributes to the university as both a working professional and a student. While pursuing her Masters of Public Policy degree, Jacqueline serves as the Associate Director of Government and Community Relations at UCR, a unit that works alongside students, faculty, and staff to advocate on behalf of the university's mission, support legislation, and create policies and programs. Jacqueline also served as a Dean Student Ambassador during her time as a graduate student in the School of Public Policy. Her research includes work with Associate Professor Cecilia Ion on the impact of the federal DACA program on undocumented students in the inland region. Upon graduation, she plans to continue her work at the Office of Government and Community Relations, advocating for underrepresented students and their families in public higher education. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Jacqueline Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dean, and good morning, everyone. Pero con ganas. This phrase was a staple in our household growing up, mostly iterated by my mom. Con ganas means with vigor, with desire. And often my mom said it not just to give sound worldly advice, but also when it came down to cleaning our room or washing the dishes. She wanted to make sure that it was all done con ganas. And it's that same ganas, same desire, same vigor that I've seen amongst my cohort throughout these past 2 years as Masters of Public Policy students. Vigor, and ultimately the desire to be able to stand here today that made us push through those midnight freakouts over microeconomics and stats, all those all-nighters, and even those moments I know each of us had while we managed full-time jobs, fellowships, personal relationships, and feelings of imposter syndrome when we asked ourselves, how in the world am I going to get through this? But more than anything, it was also when you all shared your personal stories of vigor and desire that makes me feel so humbled and privileged to stand alongside each and every one of you. Your stories of what it meant to be undocumented and unafraid, Black and brown and unafraid, first generation and unafraid, and the socioeconomic significance of being in a graduate program, breaking glass ceilings, and breaking cycles of poverty on behalf of our families. Because our stories and our learned experiences are the ones that now more than ever need to be told. As we live through one of the most politically tumultuous times in modern history, we understand what it takes to make sound and just policy. It takes hard facts, it takes critique and analysis and movement building, but most importantly, it takes empathy, relationships, and the ability to step into multiple roles different from our own as we reach the negotiating table. I mean, perhaps some of our own national leaders should go through the MPP program, don't you think? So I hope and encourage each and every one of you to keep sharing your story, your experiences, and your expertise. My own story begins with my family. Living as a mixed status family, surviving politically tumultuous times has always been part of our own history. Fear of deportation, losing a job due to status, and the struggle towards economic mobility were issues that we lived with every day. And from a young age, I understood what my responsibility was, not only to change the environment in which my family lived in, but do something about the environment so many other families, much like my own, continue to live in today. And I'm so humbled and grateful, beyond words, for the sacrifices and trailblazing of my parents, my brothers, my sisters, and my mentors so that I could be standing here today. To the School of Public Policy, Dr. Ayon, Dr. Ramakrishnan, as a woman from an underrepresented community, thank you for the doors that you open, both in my professional and personal development. To the SPP staff, thank you for allowing students to be partners in your work. And to Brian Nakamura, who I know is here with us in spirit, I know your mentorship and guidance will have a long-lasting impact in our lives. And finally, to my cohort, the 2018 School of Public Policy MPP graduates, as you continue your leadership as public policy movers and shakers, keep sharing your stories and keep sharing your expertise. Notice I said continue your leadership because I firmly believe and I have witnessed how you all are already leaders. And I say continue because this is not the beginning of your story, it's the continuation and solidification of your legacy. And keep doing it all with vigor. Keep doing it all with desire. Keep doing it all con ganas. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, the Honorable Delane Easton. Delane has worked on educational policy issues all of her professional life. She started her career in local government, serving as an elected councilwoman in the East Bay's Union City, after earning a master's degree in political science from UC Santa Barbara. She taught community college classes before taking a job at Pacific Telephone. She left her job as a corporate strategic planner to serve in the California legislature in the late 1980s, where she took an immediate interest in the state's long-range transportation plan before turning her focus to educational policy. She served as the state schools chief from 1995 to 2003. Indeed, she was the first and only woman to be elected superintendent of public instruction. Delane made her name as an education advocate. She formed her opinion about the need for smaller classes from her own experience of being in a small class and excelling while attending schools in San Carlos. Once she became superintendent of public instruction, Delane battled with Governor Pete Wilson's administration over funding to reduce the size of classes. She also carried a school facilities bond and went on to establish gardens in more than 3,000 schools around the state. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Delane Easton.
Good morning. I want to thank the provost and as well as the chancellor, the deans, the staff, and the faculty, but most of all the students for allowing me to be here with you today. I must say it is a true honor and privilege to be with each and every one of you, as well as with your families and your friends. The paths you have chosen, education and public policy, show a true dedication to shaping the future of our children, our state, our country, and thus the world. Many of you, like me, are the first in your family to be college graduates. My dad was a machinist. My mom was a dress clerk. They worked and sacrificed to send me to UC Davis and then to UC Santa Barbara for graduate school. They set me on a path of amazing opportunities, and I celebrate them, just as I celebrate you. I also want us, though, to stand in solidarity with the University of California workers and many others who are fighting for better wages, thus better opportunities for themselves and their own children and future generations. Thank you. The future of the middle and working class is tied to a robust labor movement and making sure workers have a voice in their workplaces and opportunities for living wages. We must support those living wages and increase the understanding of why unions are such an important part of our history in California. California is the richest state in the richest country on earth. We must definitely work together to provide opportunities that put everybody on a path to success. But we have lost our way a bit in California. We used to spend 18% of the state budget on higher education and 3% on prisons. Higher ed is down below 12%. Prisons are up above 9%. That's just wrong. Those are not my values. I don't think they're yours either. So we need to increase our investment in higher education, in K-12, and in universal preschool in the state of California. Now, I learned in college that democracy comes from two Greek words, demos and kratos, government by the people. The Greeks also invented the word idiot. It meant one who does not participate in politics. So I hope we have no idiots here. I hope you will all stay engaged in changing the face of public policy in California to be more generous to our students and our future. Indeed, the Greeks believed that more important than the quality of government, when people participated, it changed them individually. And I believe that too. So as you venture forth in this world as educators, as researchers, as public policy experts, I encourage you all to stay active, engaged, and involved in your local communities. Because before I was in the legislature and before I was state superintendent, I was involved in my city. And I learned so much by that engagement. In fact, being on the Union City City Council, when I went to the legislature, in my first year, I passed the biggest, to this minute, the biggest landfill cleanup bill in the history of California. I learned about that by being on the Solid Waste Management Authority of Alameda County. Not very sexy sounding, is it? And yet we had garbage dumps all over the state that were polluting air and water and were hurting communities. When I wrote the bill and George Deukmejian signed it, one of the lobbyists came to my office and said, "How did you, a girl in her first year in the legislature, get a sensible man like George Deukmejian to sign that bill?" And I said it was because it was the right thing to do. It created a fund to clean up old landfills, and it also gave waste haulers an incentive to recycle. And so we started on a different path. So I hope as you look around in your communities, when you go home after you graduate, you will consider where you can get engaged and involved. Yes, it should be education, but it also can and should be a host of other areas. Because I believe that government can be an incredible force for good. Throughout my career, I've been privileged to meet some of the most amazing people working in local communities and public agencies to make those agencies better. A democracy is of, by, and for the people. And we are the people. I know that your education at UC Riverside has prepared you to be leaders of our futures. Remember this. Great civilizations arise from the imagination and hard work of people who are nurtured by their societies to develop their gifts. In a word, education. Education. Education is the place where personal and social responsibility come together for personal and social greatness, both together. That's where you come in. In a great civilization, cities, counties, and schools are instructional incubators of human potential. In every sense of the word, our job is to create a democracy that is about incubating human potential. So we need conversations that link education leaders and social workers and counselors with local government people and every kind of person that supports the future. We need to build safety nets and scaffolding that will help not just the poorest children, but also children who are functioning in less than optimal family circumstances. Remember this, Susan B. Anthony cautioned, cautious, careful people, always casting about to preserve their reputation and social standing, can never bring about a reform, end quote. Be bold, take chances, lead. When people say that you do not have the time for civic engagement and citizen action, we should make that time available. It's urgent for the future of this state. And it's also important to remember this. Whether it's the budget of a nation, a state, a county, a city, or a college, or a school district, A budget is a statement of values. For many decades, the leaders of this nation and our state played an extraordinary role in advancing the education of children and the welfare of our communities because they had a vision of economic and social success. Americans were optimistic about our history. Well, let me just say, for adults, optimism is a political act. The reality is, in a chapter of a book called The Politics of Optimism, Alex Steffen wrote, quote, "Where no one believes a better solution is possible, those benefiting from the continuation of a problem are safe. Where no one believes in the possibility of action, apathy becomes an insurmountable obstacle to reform. But introduce intelligent reasons for believing that action is possible, that better solutions are available, that a better future can be built, and you unleash the power of people to act out of their highest principles," end quote. I want to thank all of you for having the optimism about the future and being ready to put your intelligence and values to work for the betterment of our society, be it in education, in public policy, and I hope you will all stay publicly engaged. Our society needs you more this morning than it ever has. Your optimism got you to this point today. You dreamed big dreams. Now you're here, ready to go forth and to transform your dreams into reality by building better solutions and better futures for our children and for our world. Please act as the people's conscience and as our state and our nation's warriors for brilliant tomorrows and high principles. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. I look forward to living in the world you create as educators, as public policymakers, as influencers, as good neighbors, and as we, the people. Congratulations to the Riverside graduating class of 2018 in both education and public policy. Go Highlanders.
Thank you, Ms. Easton, for your inspiring message and for taking time out of your busy schedule to share this special day with us. Graduates, we are now at the moment you have been working so hard toward: the conferral of your degrees. First, we will confer the master's degrees. Then we will recognize the teacher credential candidates, and then we will confer the bachelor's degrees. Sean Bowler, Dean of the Graduate Division, will present the master's degree candidates.
Thank you, Provost Arif. Good morning. The master's degree is awarded to those who have completed a rigorous program of advanced studies and have achieved a superior record of academic accomplishment. Master's degree candidates, please rise and remain standing as your degree is announced. Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Public Policy. Chancellor Wilcox, as Dean of the Graduate Division, I have the honor to present these candidates who have met all the requirements for a master's degree and are deemed worthy of this distinction.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you your master's degree with all the insignia, rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Master's degree candidates, please take your seat until you are called to the platform. Thank you. Dean Smith will now present the candidates for teacher credentials.
Ladies and gentlemen, teaching credentials are awarded to those who have successfully completed a rigorous course of study, who have demonstrated effective teaching in the public school classroom, and who have made contributions to the teaching profession and the field of education. Will all the credential candidates please rise? Chancellor Wilcox, as Dean of the Graduate School of Education, I have the honor to present these candidates who have successfully completed requirements for a teaching credential at the University of California, Riverside, and have been recommended to the state of California to receive their credential.
On behalf of the officers and faculty of the University of California, Riverside, and the regents of the university, I congratulate you on your successful completion of the credential program requirements and wish you every success as you pursue your career in the profession of teaching. Congratulations.
Credential candidates, please take your seat until you are dismissed to the platform. The baccalaureate degrees conferred by the University of California attest to scholastic achievement and represent the university's fulfillment of its duty of teaching. This year, the Graduate School of Education celebrates its first class of bachelor's degree recipients. Baccalaureate candidates, please rise. Chancellor Wilcox, as Dean of the Graduate School of Education, I'm honored to present these candidates who've met all requirements for a baccalaureate degree and are deemed worthy of this distinction.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the regents of the University of California, I confer upon you your baccalaureate degree with all the insignia, rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Bachelor's degree graduates, please take your seat until your row is dismissed to the platform. Aaron Bouchong, Director of University Honors, will introduce the graduates.
Graduates, family members, and friends, we are very proud of the accomplishments of each and every graduate who is here today. So to ensure that each graduate's name can be heard clearly, we ask that you refrain from using your cell phones and remain in your seats until all of the graduates have been individually recognized and the ceremony concludes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Master of Arts degree recipients within the Graduate School of Education are
Oscar E. Ruiz, Xingfei Yue Liu, Dina Hernandez,
the Master of Education degree recipients within the Graduate School of Education are
Patricia Valenzuela, Sandra Belen Galeas, Grace Ribancos Ramilo, Andres Medrano, Helene Nasser, Vivian Duong, Karen Cruz Zuniga, Sierra Alexis Andrew, Sato James, Amanda Marie Appelian, Ana Isabel Garcia, Emily Noel Lacey, Ann B. Casey, Carlos E. Montenegro Jr., Yuan Zhang, Chinyu Shu, Shuelin Wang, Huiling Shu, Jiahui Yu, Tiancheng Fang, Alma Elena Paez, Megan Hockman, Jessica Michelle Worth.
The following individuals are receiving their Master of Education degree and have also successfully completed the requirements for a teacher credential.
Kaylee Coppola, Doris G, Jasmine Ross, Francis Wang, Leslie Young, Luna Bai, Liliana T. Nguyen, Daniel Martinez, Phyllis Nga Ukatu, Jessica Marie Perel, Isaiah Marasigan, Alfred John Fleischer, John Bergman, Judith Kabakungan,
Courtney Gerard,
Jessica Suzanne Rowe, Sarah Kim, Charisse Aliza Rodriguez, Valeria Ochoa Montes de Oca, Alejandra Sanchez, Samantha Drevdahl, Jennifer Leanne Turner, Peter Kim, Antonio Benjamin Gil Jaime, Erica Kyung Harris, Tatiana Coover Eduardo, Waldo Sigala Jaramillo, Cristal Calvillo, Cristina Constantino Sanchez, Sarai Olivares, Maria Camacho, Maria Hernandez, Jordan Christine Marie Emanuel, Gerardo Zurita, Paulina Denise Laguna, Vicky Wen, Ana Moreno de Loera, Amy Francisca Carranza, Chelsea Elizabeth Dove, Eric Tenorio, Anthony Bools, Jocelyn Rivas, Leah Dowdy, Jessica Corona, Samantha Martinez Andrade,
James Daniel Lopez.
Matthew Johnson Woods, Melissa Ann Hamblin, Amanda Eve Cavandi, Esther Laura Brewer, Lillian Wang, Viyen Quach, Tatiana Marie Thielander,
Jade M. Barbabi.
Amber Meek, Isabella Camille Ibanez, Brandy Elizabeth Ann Turner, Karina Alvarado, Tamala Cheek Swai, Ellen K. Horowitz, Angelica Faye Margliano, Brianna Alvarez, Kendall Kayleen Howard, McKenna Munson, Devin Morgan, Joanna Gallardo, Mong Vu, Diana Hernandez, Jacob Winter, Esmeralda Yanet Maldonado, Veronica Bohan, Marissa Isabel Zavala, Sonia Gomez Huerta, Jessica Lynn Lemming, Francis Castaneda,
The Master of Public Policy degree recipients within the School of Public Policy are
Rifat Amin, Adam Jantz, Edgar Castellan, Carolina Mahalet Castro, Jorge Enrique Gavino, Laureen B. Nellam, Caitlin Elise McCullough, Delilah Valdez Renteria, Ivana Elena Andrade, Amber Bolden, Fortino Morales III, Michael Parmer, Matthew Serafin,
Jacqueline Gonzalez,
Nicholas Calvin Freeman,
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the presentation of master's degree graduates. Please join me in congratulating them. Ladies and gentlemen, the following individuals have successfully completed the requirements for a teacher credential.
Kylie Atkins, Amy J. Feaster, Jonathan Martinez, Brian Lay, Alejandra Sanchez, Irene Sun, Carmen Villalobos, Christina Di Caro, Eliza Michelle Day, Bianca Pandino, Jasenia Lam, Madeline Diane Davila, Berta Bajorquez, Adriana Sáenz, Randa J. Hakma, Autumn Crisantes, Julio Tenorio, Stephanie Marie Ochoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the presentation of candidates for teacher credentials. Please join me in congratulating them. Ladies and gentlemen, the bachelor's degree recipients within the Graduate School of Education are
Jennifer Gonzalez, Joanna Solis, Frida Maria Dominguez Vilchis,
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the Graduate School of Education's first class of baccalaureate graduates.
Success in college depends on support from family and friends. Graduates, please join me in thanking all those who have helped you reach this day. Before we conclude, I would like to recognize the many volunteers who have given up their mornings so that we can enjoy this beautiful ceremony. Please join me in thanking them. Now, to conclude this morning's ceremony, Ms. Fulshade Ayodele will lead us in singing our alma mater, Hail Fair UCR. The words are printed on your program and displayed on the video screens. Will everyone please stand?
Please join me in singing your alma mater.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Please remain in your seats until the administrative party, faculty, and all the graduates have recessed. Thank you.
again. Land of my heart.